Mr. R.K. Upadhyay, who's the senior journalist. Sandeep, I'm coming to you first. We heard the residents of the city of Bengaluru. I think there are a few broad points that emerge. One, that the urban infrastructure is not ready to deal with the rising and the rapid pace of urbanization in our country. And you cannot count the number of potholes which are in the city of Bengaluru. Every road has potholes, and it has stayed like that for decades with successive governments.
See, I would address it at two levels.
Yeah.
One is technical. See, the bitumen asphalt technology of building roads is kind of old. It's about 1,500 years old. It's utilized throughout the world. Most cities use that and they don't face problems. If you go to the west, you don't see potholes. I think it comes down to basically having the right slope and camber on the road construction, right? But in Bangalore, we've noticed the engineers don't maintain a camber, they don't maintain the slope. Therefore, what happens, whenever there's rainfall, water stagnates in spots. And wherever water stagnates, the bitumen will weaken and it will lead to potholes.
Now, so is it poor engineering or poor materials?
It's poor engineering first, number one. I mean, water should not stagnate on the road if there is a slope. Even if you have poor materials and poor construction, if water doesn't stagnate there, it will not lead to potholes. Primarily, our engineers are not following engineering. That is the problem.
I've taken that point, and I'm sorry I'm interrupting you, Sandeep, because we have so many people calling us from Bengaluru, and I want you and Mr. Upadhyay also to listen to what our callers are telling us. Cutting across to other callers who are joining us on the broadcast, Krishna Swami from Bengaluru is calling us. Krishna ji, tell us how your experience has been in the city of Bengaluru, the IT capital of our country.
See, there is a Manata Tech Park flyover on the ring road. I go on that ring road every day. There are a couple of huge potholes which are dangerous for these lorries which are moving on this Manata Tech Park flyover. I think, we have got so much of discussion. People are downright lazy in this country. I don't understand why the executive engineer or the assistant engineer can't go on the road and see how much time does it take to fill a pothole. The engineering, the camber, I'm an engineer, highway engineer myself, can come later just to fill up the potholes. People are downright lazy. And the other thing is, there is no public interface. Whom do I call up? I called up an assistant engineer. He says, sir, this is not my jurisdiction. You have to call up the highway department. Now, how to get through to the highway department? How to get through to the engineer concerned to please come with me and see the potholes? That is the problem. There is no other problem. People don't know whom to ring up. You give me the phone on this television channel and I'll call up that engineer and asking you, please come with me. It is just 48 hours job to correct the pothole in and around my area where I live. I'm concerned about the road which
I totally understand your exasperation, and I actually identify with it, because we really wish in this country that there was a number we could just call and say, look, our drains are blocked. Look, there are potholes on the streets. Can you come and fill it? And yes, there is a great degree of laziness and also lack of any kind of entrepreneurship when it comes to solving urban civic issues in this country. Virendra Singh from Bengaluru is also calling us. Virendra ji, tell us what you think.
Hi, thanks for giving this opportunity.
Good evening. Go ahead.
Good evening. So, first thing is, I'm very much concerned when I see all these potholes, because it's my wife who travels daily on these roads, and seeing this accident which has happened bothers us a lot.
Yeah.
First thing, whenever we are paying our taxes, whenever we are fined for any traffic restrictions which we have done wrong, so who should be penalized for these roads? When a road have so many potholes, isn't it a contractor's responsibility, or the concerned politician, whosoever is who is responsible for that area, to take care of that contractor?
No, and I will take that point to Mr. Upadhyay as well. We have more callers from Mumbai and Shillong as well. But Mr. Upadhyay, I'm coming to you. Whenever we talk about urban civic issues or corruption within the municipal bodies, there is a nameless, faceless, corrupt babu we are talking about. And somehow the accountability is never pinned down. It's never fixed. And when it comes to actual elections, and this is a question perhaps to our viewers as well, are these the issues on which people are actually voting? Because if it were, why do you still have roads like that? I ask myself, and I ask this question aloud.
Anushka, let me come straight to the point.
Yeah.
I think this business of counting the potholes should end. What authorities do is whenever there is a complaint made or whenever the High Court takes it up suo moto, they'll say so many potholes you identified, so many are going to fill up, so many have already filled up. The question is, why do you have potholes? If you make good roads, there should be no potholes. Why don't you fix responsibility on the contractors who take up this work? See, earlier there used to be a instance where they were, made to fill up those things and maintain it for 3 years, 4 years. If they didn't, the penalty was put.
Yeah.
Why have all that gone out of the window? So I think this business of counting the potholes should end. Nobody should talk about potholes. I think the bureaucrats should be told that we need, pothole-less roads. I think even the government should understand that this cannot go on, any longer, because this has become a very issue. I look at the reaction of the chief minister. He says, "I'll find out what happened." I mean, what happened? He doesn't know what happened. Has he not seen the visuals? I mean, a woman has fallen off the crater, and then a bus has run over.
There are people calling us from different parts of Karnataka and telling us that not just Bengaluru, it happens in different cities across the state. That's the state of urban infrastructure. I want to bring in more callers. Ashok from Mumbai is also with us on the broadcast. Ashok, tell us, Mumbai identifies with this issue, unfortunately, the pothole menace.
I'm not talking about Mumbai, ma'am.
Yes.
I'm talking about Bangalore itself.
Please go ahead, sir.
See, the basic thing is the poor, very, very poor workmanship, and probably the contractor is not capable of doing the work, and the person who supervises and approves should be penalized heavy. See, the things are these things. The common man is facing all these problems, and government is not bothered to look into the things. They only assure, but there is no action regarding that. So the thing is, why we should pay the tax? RTO tax we pay that tax, this tax.
Accountability is something which most of us want. Jeevan Bhattacharya from Shillong is also calling us. Mr. Bhattacharya, please go ahead. Tell us what you think.
Yeah, actually, my viewpoint is why somebody has to die, and then the issues has to be redressed. You see, I stay in a place. It's Shillong. That is the northeastern hill state. Is one of the hills, one of the finest hill city, and we never have this sort of stories that somebody dies due to that potholes and all. It never happens here. The road goes bad, all right, but they are rectified immediately within no time. Our chief ministers are doing wonderful job.
That's good.
And why in your place, which happens to be the IT hub,
right,
where thousands and thousands and lakhs of people from in and around India and abroad, they come and they see this state of apathy by the administrative people.
The fact that you're able to see that as a citizen, that the problems in your city are solved very quickly and you don't face such issues, I guess there is so much that big cities can learn from Shillong. Sarvesh Desai from Bengaluru is also calling us. Mr. Desai, please go ahead. Tell us what you think.
Yeah, I think the state of affairs in Karnataka, particularly regarding the management of these roads, is in a very bad condition. There's a deadly cocktail of the corruption in the public works mixed with the apathy of the BBMP. So BBMP is not taking care, properly of the roads. Forget about repairing the roads. The citizens who pay the proper taxes, again and again they will send a notice and everything. Even it is citizens who have to run around and show them that we have paid all the taxes and getting that corrected. And even we have to
I think one demand we can put together as citizens is that there should be a helpline on which people can call and say that, look, there is a problem, there is a pothole menace, please fix it. And that helpline should work. It should work. There should be some kind of central helpline in big cities like Mumbai and Bengaluru which face these problems. Talking about Bengaluru today, before